Audio test testing 1 2 3. Audio test testing 1 2 3. Good morning, everyone. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer for the Board of Public Works for today, Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. We should get started around 10:15 this morning, about 6 to 8 minutes from now. Just a quick roll call for presenters. Item 1 will be presented by myself and Matthew Castellano. Item 2, Ethan Wong. Item 3, Colette Monell. Item 4, Colette Monell. Item 5 will be requested to be withdrawn. Item 6, Nat Isaac. Nat, did you make it? Yes, great, thank you. Item 6 will be presented by Nat Isaac. Item 7 and 8, there will be no presenters on this item. We do have a very special recognition this morning that will start after we consider item number 1 first, and then after that, the presentation for our life ambassadors, those individuals that have saved lives in recognition of their brave efforts today, this morning. Again, we should get started around 10:15. For those members that are joining us through the Zoom application, just wanted to do a quick audio check that you can hear us loud and clear. Brett McReynolds, good morning to you. If you can just unmute your microphone at this time, just to confirm you can hear us on Zoom. Audio test testing 1 2 3. Brett McReynolds, if you can hear us, if you can please unmute your microphone. We just want to confirm you can hear us on the Zoom application.
Yes, Fernando, I'm here, can hear.
Hey, Brett. Good morning to you. Sorry to put you on the spot. Just wanted to make
no,
sure
it's okay. Thank you.
that you
Good
can
morning.
hear us loud and clear. We should get started in about 5 more minutes. We are running a little bit behind this morning with our Bureau Heads meeting, running a little behind, but we should get started around 10:15.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Great. At this time, we are going to identify any callers that are on the line who would like to provide general public comment or commentary on any of the items for today's agenda. If you can please raise your hand at this time by pressing *9 if you're joining us through a landline or a smartphone device. If you're joining us through the Zoom application, there is a raise hand icon located at the lower right-hand side of your screen. You can go ahead and click that raise hand icon at this time. If you're joining us here in person, live at City Hall on the 3rd floor, there are speaker cards located at the back end of the room. You can go ahead and complete those cards and submit those to myself, and we will go ahead and add you to the queue for general public comment or commentary on any of the items for today's agenda. Again, this is for a call for members of the general public that would like to provide general public comment or commentary on any of the items for today's agenda. If you can please raise your hand at this time by pressing *9, click the raise hand icon, or submit your speaker card if you're here in person at City Hall. Seeing no hands raised, no speaker cards submitted. Thank you all again this morning. We should get started in the next 3 to 5 minutes, around 10:15 this morning. We will start a little behind schedule this morning. Thank you all for joining us this morning, and we should be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Audio test, testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everyone. Again, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer with the Board of Public Works for today, Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. We do have all commissioners in the room. President Garcia, we do have one commissioner, Commissioner Reyes, that's out on an excuse absence this morning. All presenters are in the room as well, and I can go ahead and get started with the recording for you. President Garcia, you're now in record mode.
Great, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. Dr. Campos?
Good morning again, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer, establishing roll call and quorum this morning. We have President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, and Commissioner Corzan. President Garcia, you do have a quorum at this time. President Garcia, we do not have any callers on the line for general public comment. We also do not have any commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section. We also do not have any speaker cards or speakers for any of the items for today's agenda as well. President Garcia and Commissioners, there's also been a request by the Bureau of Engineering to withdraw item number 5 if there's no objections from your board. Again, item number 5, inasmuch as this AFE is under $20,000, which the Bureau head themselves can go ahead and approve it at their level. So we are requesting that item 5 be withdrawn from today's agenda.
Great. Any objections, colleagues? Hearing none, item number 5 is now withdrawn. Hearing that there are no public comment is now officially closed, which takes us to the first item on today's business, which is the approval of the minutes of Wednesday, May 17, 2023. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Dr. Campos, there's a first by me and a second by Vice President Villegas to approve the minutes of Wednesday, May 17, 2023.
Absolutely. We'll start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corzan.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Colleagues, good morning, everyone. Welcome to those that are here in person and those that are joining us via virtual platform. We have a very special presentation today. We're excited to get to it. 5 Keys is here with us today celebrating some of their accomplishments, and we're so excited to hear it. However, before we get to our prestige presentation at this time, I'm gonna take the bids first, which is agenda item number 1. So let me read that into the record. Matthew, Mr. Castellanos, you're good to go? Got it. Bids received at 10 a.m. for the following public works projects: Sepulveda Boulevard, 89th Street to La Tijera, work order SZS 118812, for an estimated amount of $1,521,500 in Council District 11. And this morning, Mr. Castellanos and Dr. Campos will lead us on the bid openings.
Good morning again, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. We will now begin to open up the bid. Again, this is in Council District 11. City Engineer has estimated this project to be at $1,521,500 even. Again, we have 7 bids received this morning. We will go ahead and open up the bids now. The first bid received for this project is from Colich and Sons LP for a total bid amount of $2,395,200 even. That's 2395200 from Colich and Sons LP. The second bid received is from Vasilch Incorporated for a total bid amount of $2,190,500 even. That's 2190500 from Vasilch Incorporated. The third bid is from Blois Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $2,766,686 even. That's 2766686 from Vasilch Incorporated. I'm sorry, from Blois Construction Incorporated. Just for the record, Blois Construction Incorporated, bid number 3 for 2766686. The next bid, number 4, is from Mike Perlich and Sons Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,241,000 even. That's 1241000 from Mike Perlich and Sons Incorporated. The next bid is from Clark Contracting Corporation for a total bid amount of $2,624,750 even. That's 2624750 from Clark Contracting Corporation. The next bid is from Palp Incorporated, doing business as Excel Paving Company, for a total bid amount of $2,339,840 even. That's 2339840 from Palp Incorporated, doing business as Excel Paving. The seventh and final bid received for this project is from Gerbicon Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,338,097 even. That's 1338097 from Gerbicon Incorporated. For the record, line item number 9 has been lined out but initialed by the contractor. President Garcia and Commissioners, that does conclude the bid openings for today's agenda. We will go ahead and entertain a motion to open, declare, and receive these bids.
Thank you so much, Dr. Campos and Mr. Castellanos, for your time this morning. Colleagues, is there a motion on the table to move item number 1 forward and forthwith to open and declare and adopt item number 1? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second?
The second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Dr. Campos, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Vice President Villegas to open, declare, and adopt item number 1.
Absolutely. Let's start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
and Commissioner Corzan.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Mike, I am getting to you just right now. I'm going to just take care, if it's okay with my colleagues, I'm going to take care of items 7 and 8, which are no presenters. I'm going to read 7 into the record and 8 into the record, which is, these are stop notice On-Site Technical Service, Inc. On-Site Technical Service, Inc. is transmitting a stop notice in the amount $2,781.31 for labor done for Lee Constructions, DBA Abjo Corporation in connection with the emergency storm drain repair project. Item number 8 is a stop notice by Roll Hard, Inc. Roll Hard, Inc. is transmitting a stop notice in the amount of $2,822.42 for labor done for EBS General Engineering, Inc., and a parent subcontractor in connection with the Reimagine Ventura Project Phase 1, for which the primary contractor is Baker Electric, Inc. Is there a second to my motion to approve items 7 and 8?
So move.
Thank you, VP Villegas. I'll take that as a second.
Second.
Dr. Campos, there's a first by me and a second by VP Villegas to approve items 7 and 8.
Yes, let's start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
and Commissioner Corzan.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Again, this is for 7 and 8. Thank you.
7 and 8, correct. Thank you very much, colleagues. All right, so now we come to the fun part. We're going to move into our presentation for today. We are so excited to have 5 key Christ Center ministers here with us today present. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to turn my mic over to Mr. Mike Yu, who is our lead that oversees the 5 Keys contract, and I think you oversee one more too, right, Mike?
Yeah, I will see mobile pit stop, mobile shower, also scheduled cleaning programs.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Mike is a true also ambassador of these programs, and he has done a great job leading and managing this contract. So thank you for that, Mr. Mike Yu. I turn this mic over to you now.
Thank you, President Garcia. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Yu. I'm working for the Board of Public Works Executive Office in charge of homelessness initiative programs, which include mobile pit stop, mobile shower, and the scheduled cleaning program. Today, we want to recognize, Today, we want to recognize ambassadors from the Mobile Pit Stop program. As you know, the ambassadors for the Mobile Pit Stop program, they are in charge of providing monitoring and attendance services for 18 pit stop locations through the city. In the past 8 months, 9 ambassadors present today saved 10 patients' lives. Why the patients used the pit stop, they experienced life-threatening symptoms due to the drug overdose. So due to the quick response from our ambassadors, their life got saved. So their dedication to the community service and their quick response to this kind of scenario prove the efficiency and effectiveness of the mobile pit stop program. Also, their contribution to the community ensure the Angelenos enjoy a safer, cleaner, prosperous, and well-run city. Therefore, I would like the board to recognize all the ambassadors today by presenting them the certificate of recognition. Also, with the board permission, I would like to invite Mr. Bates, the Vice President of Five Keys School and Programs, which is the prime contract for this program, for a few words. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having us today. Board, this is special for us because the ambassadors that we have employed to the community and the city have a special role. So the word ambassador, well, they're out there touching lives and talking to individuals and making sure that they have what they need, navigating them to certain resources, but at the same time mitigating public health, and of course, as we're recognizing today, public safety. We're pleased at Five Keys. I'm just, on behalf of Five Keys, I'm very fortunate and thankful that I can be here today to talk to you guys about the work our subcontractors are doing. Five Keys is comprised of a lot of different facets, a lot of different resources. But through the contract with LA City, we've been very fortunate enough to really partner with different subcontractors. Today, we have Christ-Centered Ministries that are here to be recognized for their heroic acts. Just coming to work, they just don't know what they're going to be doing, but they know they're going to be of service. And that's kind of the neat part, through all the training that they receive. And of course, leadership. Christ-Centered Ministries got some great leadership, and one thing I want to recognize is leadership's not a title, it's an action. So every one of them are doing leadership roles. It's an action. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to be here today to discuss this with you guys. I'd like to invite the award ceremony. I'd like to give some certificates away on your behalf. So Mike, could you come up and help me do this?
The member, oh yeah.
Okay. We're going to individually call them up. Is that okay? Okay. This is your show, so I want to make sure that, okay, wonderful. Okay, so David Player couldn't be here today, but Miss Player, his wife, would like to step in if that's okay. So Miss Player. There's a camera over here.
Flip the certificate.
Yeah, we want to show that. That's the good stuff. Okay, thank you. You actually say a few words if you'd like to.
I would like to say thank you on behalf of my husband, David Player. He was not able to attend, but I came in on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next ambassador I'd like to recognize is Mr. James Davis. Thank you.
I want to read a word to him. In recognition of quick thinking and rapid response in the face of medical emergency, save the life of an unhoused individual. Your actions are a testament to your compassion and dedication to serving the community. Your courage and commitment to your work is truly adorable. and your contribution ensure that all Angelenos enjoy a more livable, prosperous, safer, and well-run city.
Congratulations.
Was James?
Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Five Keys for hiring me. Because before that, I lost a lot of family members like the month leading up to it, so it feels good to get to save lives instead of mourning them. Thank you.
Thank you. And was this one of the gentlemen that saved one of the lives? Because I know there's a few that gave like CPR or gave
I'm not sure, do we have, Mike, do we have the specific roles that they played?
It's okay if you don't. I just want,
I think all of them perform PCI and a certain procedure to save that.
Nice,
those
very
patients'
nice.
lives.
Yeah, each
They
one
are
of
doing
them.
the same thing.
yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, Jesse Medina could not be here today for scheduling conflicts.
Yeah,
So we're
unfortunately.
going to miss him. Okay, Jonathan Ashby.
Thank you, sir.
This award was to recognize your quick thinking and rapid response in the face of medical emergency, save the life of a house individual. Your actions are testament to your compassion and the dedication to serving the communities. Your courage and commitment to your work is truly adorable, and your contribution ensure that all Angelenos enjoy a more livable, prosperous, safer, and well-run city. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Would you like to say a few words, sir?
I'm just blessed I was there to save those people's lives and basically it was a blessing that I was there to save their lives and have the stuff we needed to save more lives, the Narcan that we use to put up their stuff, their noses, because the homeless people don't have that stuff out there. And it was just a blessing that I was there. Thank you very much.
One second. To Mr. President Garcia's point, could you just kind of share your incident, just your specific incident, how it took place?
People doing drugs at the bus stop, and we're in one spot. We happen to look down because we keep our eyes open on other people. They don't just have to be at our pit stop. And so we keep Narcan, and I run down the street to the corner and help one person, bring them back, and then look up 15 minutes later, there's another person down, and we have to do the same thing. We call the ambulance and make a report and everything like that. But if we didn't have the Narcan, which the company provides us with, it'd be a lot of more dead people out there. So the Narcan is a miracle, and it's a blessing to have it on site. And we just save people, not just let them use the restroom. We save them, bring them back, because sometimes they're already gone even before we get there. And that's basically what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So we have Marquis Tillith.
Sorry.
Want to say a few words? Good. All right. I love preparation. Great job.
Honored guests, esteemed board members, and fellow ambassadors, I'm incredibly humbled to accept this award on behalf of those who have tirelessly worked to save lives using the powerful tools of Narcan and CPR. I stand here today not as an individual, but as a representative of a larger movement, a movement towards a future where no lives is lost due to preventable circumstances. The work of our team was not easy. It required a deep level of commitment, training, and quick thinking in high-stress situations. But each day we rose to the challenge, never flattering in our pursuit of preserving life and giving good people who have lost hope a second chance. I am grateful for the recognition of the Board of Public Works, but I must also acknowledge the countless unsung heroes who work tirelessly day in, day out without any public recognition. The very essence of heroism is not to seek recognition or praise, but to commit oneself to a greater purpose, a purpose that is bigger than oneself. Today, as we celebrate the heroic efforts of our team, let us also remember that the work is never done. Every day, lives are lost due to drug overdose and other preventable medical emergencies. We must continue to prioritize training and resources to empower more people to become first responders. We must continue to work towards creating a culture of care where every one of us feels responsible for the well-being of our fellow humans. So let us take this moment to celebrate, but let us also recommit ourselves to the critical work of saving lives together. We can ensure that every human being has the opportunity to live a full and fulfilled life. Thank you.
Very nice. Nora Nahar. Nora? You brought backup today? Yes, I'm bringing backup. Okay, so some people bring the backup. This is great. Nora, let's take a shot.
Thank you. You want to have a few words?
You want to say a few words?
I'd like to thank everyone in here. I'd like to thank everyone in here for allowing me to be here today. And I don't know.
Appreciate you for the award.
I appreciate you guys for the award today.
Thank you. You never came up when I spoke. You never stood next to me. Okay. Nahi Robinson. Nahi Robinson? I'm sorry, I didn't make it. Okay. All right. Richardson Curtis. There you go.
You want to have a few words for the board?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Curtis Richardson. I'm a CCM ambassador. I would like to thank y'all for the kind acknowledgement. We're just here to do our job, what we all trained to do. And I just like to thank y'all for having me here.
Thank you.
Raul Escarcega. Raul? I hope I said that okay.
Yes, it's all right. It's Garciga.
Okay. I'll trust you on that.
Yeah. I would like to thank the city of Los Angeles, the community, and everybody else, and CCM for giving us a chance to prove ourselves out here in the society and helping us out in order to prove ourselves as good people. Thank you.
So just in closing, I just want to say that this is a workforce development program, and we've just had some outstanding individuals. This is just a snapshot of really what we have throughout the whole program. So I'm hoping that we can recognize more as we go forward. And thank you for this time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Hang on in there. Commissioners, we're going to provide some remarks before you close, and then before you all go, we'll all go to the back and take a big group picture, and then we can all close up today's ceremony. So quite just there. Colleagues, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Davis and VP Villegas and Commissioner Corzine, and then I'll do the closing remarks.
Yes, I want to compliment the workforce development program that presents here today and the work that you have done in helping to develop the kind of skills that not only improves the quality of life, but the specific skills that save lives. And as I think about calling them ambassadors, I'm saying to myself, if there's anyone in the room should be called doctors, perhaps it ought to be the young people that we, or the people that we have honored here today, who have literally saved lives. We know that in our population of those who happen to be unhoused, that there are many variables that cause individuals to be there. And if, in fact, it is because of not being able to restore yourself as to the experiences you've had in being incarcerated, or whatever reasons that you have had that cause you to take substance abuse, then we know that today the phenomenon around Narcan is very important in terms of what we have experienced in the drug community today. I happen to have driven down in Skid Row and saw one of the health clinics there that helps to provide Narcan, Narcan. And it is certainly a wonder drug, as you have said, and it has turned around the health condition of many individuals. But I think the fact that you have been trained to administer it in the most critical, important time of need is absolutely everything. You can look back on the work that you do, and I don't even have to tell you, you can tell me. I am sure you feel fulfilled in the work that you do, having saved lives. And this is the kind of work that doctors, medical doctors, the real, as young people tell me, are you a real doctor? Real doctors are the MDs to young people. So you're doing the work that the real doctors do. And we are very proud of what you do. In many ways, again, you not only helped to improve the quality of life in Los Angeles, you have literally helped save lives. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thanks for your comments, and congratulations to all of our honorees today. I won't take up too much time, but it's important for us to be able to recognize you. Please know that this board, we see a lot of paperwork and contracts, and it's different, and it's very human work that you are doing. So for us to be able to see the faces who are actually doing this kind work is remarkable. I hope that we're able to celebrate others as well in the future. During the pandemic, we were leaning a lot on 5 Keys, and this is something that is not just an opportunity for you to be able to work, but also an opportunity for those, less fortunate as well. And we hope that this inspires you to continue, and that, we hope to see you again in the future in some capacity. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I echo what Vice President Villegas and Commissioner Davis had said, but I would just add that I would imagine your job is not easy and it's not for everyone. And it's heartwarming to hear your stories, and to the individual who actually wrote out something wonderful to say, and I didn't catch your name, you captured the moment really well. And, Vice President Villegas is right. We sign and approve these packages, but you put those into action. And like I said, it's not a job for everyone, so thank you for your service and everything you do, and you do it with such great compassion and dignity for the people you're helping. So thank you again.
I want to just close in saying, first and foremost, thank you, Mike, for always bringing these contracts and making sure that you're always advocating for the groups that you oversee. Thank you for that. And Dr. Campos, I know you work closely with Dr. Campos and TJ Knight to execute these contracts. And these contracts are executed at this level, and they're very tedious with details and a million things that Mike has to work through, but he does it with passion. And I see it because he wants to make sure that these contracts always come to life. And these contracts equals the partnership with 5 Keys, with your leadership. Thank you, sir, for being a leader within your ranks, because you're able to supply and see the big vision about giving second chances. So thank you for doing that. Second or third or fourth or whatever it is that our folks need, thank you for making sure that you have a platform where our folks can come and really change their lives around while helping others. And that's just a very beautiful way of getting up every morning to do that. Your group is an extension of Public Works. We are so just to give you the element of where you're at. Public Works, this Public Works in the city of Los Angeles is the second largest department for the city of LA. City of LA is the second largest city in the nation. So you guys are part and extension of such a huge department that runs every day to serve 4 million residents of this city. We're huge, we're big, and the work that you do all around the city, I've seen it. I've driven through this, I drive through the city all the time, and I'm always looking at, public right away, and I see you guys out there, and I just want to say thank you for doing the work that you do, for getting up every morning and making sure that you go to your stop and that you furnish what you do. And in addition, you also save people's lives. I can't picture any other position that does both, right? And so I just want to say thank you for your service, for your time, for your commitment. And thank you because you're not only changing your life, you're changing not the folks that you saved as well, but you're changing the lives that are coming after you. Your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews, because they are now seeing a positive role model within you, and they're going to want to be like you. You are already a part of the city, and we will continue to make sure that these contracts will continue to do, because we do need the service out there anyway, but with doing it at this with this model that we have folks helping themselves and then helping others, it just makes it even much more special is not even the right word, just much more sacred is probably the right word. So I just want to say to all of you, keep on doing what you're doing. It really warms our heart because we're also, pushing papers and pens all the time here. And this is the human element of what we do. So thank you everyone that saved lives, that continues to work, that supports you, for the backup that you did, for all of that. I just want to say thank you all. And those are not even the ultimate words for those that you saved those lives. I'm sure those family members not only want to say thank you, but they want to say more than that. And so with that, I just want to say thank you for being here once again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your vision on making sure that your life turns around. And thank you for the leadership that makes sure that this happens on an everyday basis. And with that, thank you so much for being here today. And we are warmly and grateful for you.
Thank you.
Mike, we're going to take the group back there to take just group pictures. So bring your certificates, fold them out. We'll all come out and take pictures, and then we'll return. So for those joining us on the via social platform, we are going to take about 5 minutes to take pictures, and we will be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President Garcia, we have all commissioners back in the room. Would you like me to reestablish quorum for you?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. It is again 10:58 in the morning for Wednesday, May 31st, reconvening and establishing quorum. Again, we have President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, and Commissioner Corzine. President Garcia, you do have a quorum.
Great, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone. Again, so it's a very special recognition for those that actually saved lives. Our folks are doing so much out there in the streets, and it was time to recognize them. And so I was glad that we were able to do that today as an extension of our public works folks. Contractors are very important to us as well. So with that, I am going to change gears into getting to a more serious note as we go into our second item on today's business, which is a request from the Bureau of Engineering in Council District 11 for a budget increase in change order number 007, Metro Builders and Engineering Group, LTD, Hyperion Water Reclamation Plan, Headworks Fire Sprinkler System, Replacement Capital Improvement Projects, Capital Improvement Project 2466, recommending the board to authorize $432,206.91 in additional contingency and approve a revised construction budget of $3,220,893.01 for the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plan Headworks Fire Sprinkler System Replacement Project, Capital Improvement Project 2466, and authorize the city engineer to issue change order number 007 for the project to account for the delay in time impacts due to the addition of sprinkler heads in various locations and replacement of the T-bar ceiling system. And this morning we have, is that you, Mr. Wong? Yes, it is. All right. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ethan Wong with the Bureau of Engineering's Environmental Engineering Division. The board report before you today is a request to authorize $432,206.91 in additional contingency, which will bring our approved revised construction budget to $3,020,893.01 for the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant's Headworks Fire Sprinkler System Replacement Project. This project was awarded by the board on November 5th, 2021 to Metro Builders and Engineers Group in the amount of $2,353,351 with a contingency amount of $235,335.10 for a total approved construction budget of $2,588,686.10 for the project. This project is basically the scope of the work includes the demolition of the existing fire sprinkler system, which was installed at the Headworks facility in 1992. Due to the corrosive environment created by the marine environment at the plant, as it is just adjacent to the Pacific Ocean, as well as the hydrogen sulfide gas, which is heavily present in the wastewater stream that comes into the Headworks facility. These pipes have been corroded and have deteriorated over the last 30-plus years. This project is basically demolishing the existing system and replacing the system with a brand new one, which meets the current fire, life safety, and building codes. During the progress of construction, though, we have encountered a few difficulties. There is a T-bar ceiling system on the first floor of the Headworks facility at the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. The T-bar ceiling is basically steel supports and steel channels that allow the drop-in of gypsum and fiberglass ceiling tiles. In addition, this system holds the lights and is suspended from the structure, creating a ceiling space below the structure. In addition to holding lights, air conditioning ducts, and diffusers, it also holds fire sprinklers. So in the process of demolishing the existing fire sprinkler system and removing the heads, We noticed that the T-bar system had deteriorated to a point where it was no longer feasible to use the existing system. All of the ceiling tiles needed to be replaced, as well as many of the T-bar supports had been severely corroded and needed to be replaced. The cost of this additional work that was unidentified during the design phase is roughly $95,000. Another change order that was identified related to a Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety inspection by the fire sprinkler inspectors. During an inspection of the basement level of the Headworks facility, they identified locations where the design didn't hit the necessary coverage to meet code at this level. So additional sprinkler heads were required, roughly in the magnitude of 100 additional sprinkler heads, and this necessitated the need for additional piping as well. The total cost of that work was identified at roughly $98,000. Both of these changes obviously caused delays to the original contracted work that Metro Builders was contracted to do. And in negotiations and discussions with them, the impacts to their overhead for being on site longer than intended. The project was originally supposed to be completed in March of this year, but now the project completion has extended into August of this year. So to cover those additional months of them being on site, there is an estimated cost of $220,000. So the cumulative total of these projected change orders exceed the current contingency. So the value of those change orders is roughly $413,000. We do have other identified change orders of roughly $212,000. With our original contingency of just over $235,000, we are here requesting an additional contingency of $432,206.91 to cover these identified change orders. And we are also requesting the authority to issue change order 7, which will resolve all of the delays and time impacts to Metro Builders at a cost of $220,000. This concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions regarding this at this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ethan, for your report. Any questions, colleagues? Vice President Villegas?
Just a quick question. During the design phase, you mentioned that they didn't catch either the I guess the ceiling, the support or the erosion. Are those things that are like typical during design that we don't catch?
Yeah, it's sometimes difficult to get into certain spaces without removing like full sections of panels to see the extent of corrosion. Just like in the renovation of any old building or facility or like a house, you're not sure what's behind like closed walls or spaces. And, the design team did a investigation, and obviously they missed the amount of corrosion of the supports.
Thank you so much, Vice President Villegas. Any other questions? Dr. Davis?
Yes, in terms of our discovery of the erosion, obviously you said it was a 30-year period of time in which this system existed. In terms of discovering the work and assigning a subcontractor, or who, I guess I should ask, would be the person who was going to do the work in terms of the implementation of the new system? Is it the existing prime contractor, or will he, as a result of this approval, have the opportunity to go out to select from a list of subcontractors?
Yeah, that's a good question, Commissioner Davis. For the change order work, it's probably going to be a combination of work with the prime and the subcontractors. The prime contractor does have a sub that is doing the vast amount of the installation of the sprinkler heads and sprinkler piping. And since we will be adding that, that will most likely be a sub. I would also guess, although I'm not sure, he would probably use a sub for the T-bar ceiling work as well.
So he already has an existing sub who's a part of his operation.
Correct, yeah. This would be an expansion of one of the subs' work to do additional fire sprinkler work for a portion of this.
Now, when they do the work and they do their assessment, one of the things that they do in the task of reviewing the job is to find out the diligence of the system as a part of the work that they do, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Davis. I don't see any other questions, comments. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 2 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Is there a second? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Dr. Campos, is the first by VP Villegas and a second by Dr. Davis to move item number 2 forward and forthwith.
Yes, we'll start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ethan.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
You too.
And moving on to item number 3, right? This is in Council District 9, a request from the Bureau of Sanitation for a task order solicitation number BF-04B and BF-05, Stantec Consulting Services, Inc., Slauson Wall Site and former Crocker Plating Works Site. That's a mouthful. Okay, I'm not the only one, right? Okay. Recommending the board to, 1, authorize the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation or designate to award task order BF-04B and BF-05 to Stantec Consulting Services, Inc. from the on-call list. 2, approve a total budget of $7,258,993.43, including $181,848.53 of contingency to fund the services to remediate 2 brownfield sites at 5867 South Los Angeles Street, also known as Slauson Wall Site, and 5879-5888 Crocker Street, also known as the former Crocker Plating Works Site in Council District 9. And 3, approve the term of engagement beginning with the notice to proceed date November 25th, 2024, with no optional extensions. Okay. Good morning, and Colette, welcome here. Ms. Monell, tell us what you're doing.
Hi, yeah, good morning. My name is Colette Monell with Sanitation Citywide Brownfields Program. So brownfields are sites that are complicated by the presence or potential presence of hazardous substances. Our program provides financial and technical assistance for all council districts and various city departments. Today I'll be discussing the 2 tosses under the one board report that was mentioned. It's to award a toss to Stantec for the Slauson Wall Site, BF-04B, and the second site is BF-05, the former Crocker Plating Works. Both are located in Council District 9, and both are city-owned properties that are currently vacant. We are requesting a total budget of $7,258,993. So Stantec was selected from an existing on-call contract list of 5 consultants. A little bit about the 2 projects. So Slauson Wall Site, TOS BF-04B. It's a 7-acre city-owned property located in Council District 9. The city has owned the property since 2013 when it was acquired from the former Community Redevelopment Agency. Numerous assessments and investigations have been performed at the site that have identified contamination that needs to be remediated prior to the reuse. Potential or future redevelopment will include an affordable housing, open space, and park. Prior to any reuse, to make sure the site is safe, the site needs to be remediated, and currently a response plan is being prepared that will address the impacts, which will include site-wide remediation of including soil excavation until residential screening levels have been achieved. So the project has received a cleanup grant from the California Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Toxic Substance Control, the Equitable Community Revitalization Grant Program. So that grant needs to be, for this project, needs to be spent prior to June 2024. And then the second project, the former Crocker Plating Works site, the BF045, that is, consists of 2 parcels that are city-owned. There's an east and west lot. They're both vacant. Contamination has been identified from previous environmental assessments, and prior to the future redevelopment, which would include affordable housing, remediation is needed, which will include soil excavation. And for the Crocker Plating Works site, EPA cleanup grant funding will be used to implement the cleanup work, and that grant needs to be expended before October 2024. The scope of services for BF04B and BF05 for Stantec consulting work will be similar in both scope. So it will be coordination with the Regulatory Oversight Agency, DTSC, preparation of work plans, implementation of the corrective action for remediation, which will include mostly soil excavation, some groundwater sampling, monitoring, confirmation sampling to confirm that all the contaminants have been fully excavated, and then cleanup and closure of the site, and then it will be ready for redevelopment reuse. Stantec was selected based on capacity and experience, knowledge and experience and understanding soil remediation and past experience with the city. And then with Stantec has also performed good faith effort with outreach of sub-consultants in order to meet the city's business inclusion program outreach requirements. And then funding, there'll be no impact on general fund. The total funding is $7,258,993. We planned that we would be able to finish it within the time period to spend the grant funding, and funds are available in Fund 556, the Integrated Solid Waste Management Fund, for both projects. And if I can answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, Ms. Monell, for your report and for clarifying what you are doing here. Any questions, colleagues? I see Dr. Davis.
Oh, no, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
On this item. Sorry.
No question. No questions. Can you just clarify recommendation number 3 for me, please?
The
approve the term of engagement beginning with the notice to proceed date to November. So does our
yeah, it's so the date to begin is once the NTP is issued. So depending on today, we would issue the NTP, and then the on-call contract expires in November 2020. November 25th, 2024 is the expiration of the contract with Stantec and all of our on-call contractor list. So that's the end date, and then, but that's after the grants expire. So we're planning on finishing the work before that expiration of the contract, yeah.
Perfect. So the work will be done before the November 25th, 2024 date?
Right.
Okay, got it, understood. Okay, any other questions, colleagues? Seeing none, any objections? Seeing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 3 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. Dr. Campos, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 3 forward and forthwith.
Yes, let's start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous.
Great. Thank you very much. Excited. That are you here for our next one too? You
Yeah,
are.
I am.
Okay, might as well stay here. This is a request, item number 4 in Council District 1. Grant application, United States Environmental Protection Agency, Brownsville Cleanup Grants Program, Taylor Yard G2 Central Site. Recommending the board to 1, approve and forward this report with its transmittal to the City Council and Mayor with the recommendation that the City Council, subject to the concurrence of the Mayor, authorize the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation or designee to apply for, accept, negotiate, execute, and submit all documents, including but not limited to applications, agreements, amendments, and payment requests, subject to the approval of the City Attorney as to form to secure and receive grant funds for cleanup activities at the Taylor Yard G2 Central Site from the United States Environmental Protection Agency, Brownsville Cleanup Grants Program. And 2, request the City Council to adopt the resolution and authorizing the acceptance of the grant agreement in accordance with the grant's guidelines. Oh, I like that wording. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Ms. Monell.
I'm Colette Monell with the Citywide Brownfields Program. The US EPA Brownfields Program provides grant funding to be carried out at brownfield sites that are owned by the applicant. So Taylor Yard is eligible for the funding. The site consists of a 42-acre vacant lot in Council District 1. Past assessment work has identified the need for remediation. So we have identified a potential funding source. And just to note, in 2019 and 2020, we were awarded two $500,000 EPA cleanup grants for Taylor Yard. During that time, that was the maximum amount of funding that was available per grant cycle. This past current fiscal year, with the passing of the bipartisan infrastructure law, EPA increased that amount for EPA cleanups grants for $2 million per cleanup cycle, and therefore our application was for the full amount of $2 million that we applied for. Due to time restrictions, we did apply to the grant already, so we did apply, and then I will note that last Thursday we did hear back from EPA that they will be awarding us the full $2 million grant. So that's good news. Yeah, and then it would just be to continue to forward to negotiate with them and to accept the grant agreement. So in the statement of financing, there's no impact to general fund. So the total amount for the total EPA grants is for $3 million. That includes the past two awarded grants and this new $2 million grant. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you. Is that a total of $3 million?
Yeah, so it would be $3 million, and that's three different EPA cleanup grants. That the two that were awarded in the past, 2019 and 2020, for $500,000 each, so $1 million, and then this new FY fiscal year 23 is for $2 million. So a total combined would be $3 million.
Got it.
For the whole project. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Any questions, colleagues?
Yes. In terms of the time period of the cleanup of the project, do you have a timeline in terms of after having accepted the grant? Have you initiated a schedule of when you will begin the cleanup period?
Yeah, so we work closely with the Bureau of Engineering on that scope. The two existing grants, we do have until 2024 to complete those initial remediation work, the initial remediation. And this newer grant does have a 4-year time period, and there is options to extend those 1-year periods at a time. So it can be extended if needed.
So upon acceptance of the grants, you will expeditiously move forward with the beginning of the work for cleanup?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Comments? Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you too, over there, everybody, the sanitation team. All right, hearing no concerns on this, is there a motion on the table to move item number 4 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Dr. Campos is the first by VP Villegas and second by Dr. Davis to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
Absolutely. Let's start the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas. President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. All right, colleagues, I think that clears our desk, right, Dr. Campos?
President Garcia, you still have item number 6 on the docket.
Thought we were ready to go.
Close.
Okay. Item number 6. Oh, yes, how can I leave you behind? This is a request in all council districts for an AFE for Legacy Byproducts LLC. Bureau of Sanitation and Office of Accounting are requesting board approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $118,170 to encumber funds to pay for the recovery and processing services of dead animals for the term of July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Authorize the president or two members of the Board of Public Works to execute this agreement. And this morning, we have Mr. Isaac. Mr. Isaac, how are you? This is my favorite subject.
Good morning. Good morning, President, Commissioners, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. I wasn't sure if you want to have this discussed before lunch.
It's fine. I'm still waiting for my invitation.
Well, we will have to do it soon, I must say. My name is Nathaniel Isaac, and I'm Project Manager for the City of LA Sanitation's Dead Animal Recovery Program for the past 17 years. LA Sanitation, also known as LA San, manages the collection of and processing and recovery services of dead animals throughout the city of LA, from city residents, public streets, alleys, waterways, and city-operated animal shelters and parks. Dead animals include small animals, mainly under 400 pounds, dogs and cats, companion animals, as well as other small animals that people may have, as well as chickens, goats, and lizards and some fish, etc. And these are all collected by LA San's DAR crews, Dead Animal Recovery crews, with our city trucks. And they bring the materials to our dead animal recovery contractor, Legacy Byproducts. For animals that are larger than 400 pounds, such as horses and some sheep and some cattle even, they're picked up by our contractor, Legacy Byproducts. And they're all taken to the Legacy Animal Facility, processing facility, which is in Vernon, city of Vernon, where they're rendered into a usable fertilizer and oil product. 100% recycled, basically. It's not a very smelly and a very pleasant place. It's a little smelly, but nevertheless, it does a good job of recovering all the material, not sending anything to landfill. Legacy Byproducts is one of 5 dead animal recovery facilities or processing facilities in Southern California that recycles 100% of the material. The other 4 facilities are not accepting all types of animals. Legacy is the only one that accepts all the types of animals. Those include companion animals and euthanized animals. The material used in euthanization is hazardous to human life as well as animal life, and so it has to be carefully disposed of, cannot be put into any areas where there's waterways, etc. And also a lot of the other facilities use dead animals to make feedstock for other animals, farm animals. So we couldn't use this type of material from the city of LA. The city of LA is currently in the process of making a 5-year sole source contract with Legacy, and in the meantime is using the authority for expenditure as a stopgap measure to continue services. The previous letter of agreement ended June 30th, 2022, and so we are a bit behind schedule, but nevertheless we are trying to get the authority for expenditure for this current fiscal year. And we're probably going to need one more to cover us for several months into the new fiscal year until the sole source contract is completed. Dead animals can also be landfilled. However, that is not an environmentally sustainable option. And there are only 2 landfills near Los Angeles that accept dead animals. One is in Riverside, and one is owned by Waste Management, and the other one in Rialto, owned by Athens Services. They are specially permitted landfills that can accept this material, and they're the only ones that can accept it in the Southern California area. Nevertheless, the distances and the stringencies that these landfills put on our deliveries would make it very challenging to dispose of the material there. So my request today for the board is to approve and execute the authority for expenditure for and the letter of agreement with Legacy Byproducts. Any other questions?
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac, for your very thorough report on that. Any questions, colleagues? Seeing none. Any objections? None? Okay. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 6 forward and forthwith? Thank you, VP Villegas. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson and Dr. Davis. for approving this item. See how excited everybody gets? Just saying. Just saying. No, it's just a very thorough way. I really like how you've managed this program for so many years, and it's just very thorough, and you do it with so much dignity and compassion for what you do. It's why I really do appreciate this program very much. And it's kind of like something that's never really said that sanitation does, but that's part of the work that we do here at Public Works as well. So thank you for doing that.
It's a definite necessity. I do want to alert to the board that the property owners for the facility have notified the tenant, Legacy, that they are looking to sell the property. So, I would definitely encourage the city to consider possibly purchasing that property and maintaining it.
Interesting. That's the second time, right?
Yes. No, actually, the first time it was the previous owners, a previous tenant, West Coast Rendering, was being pressured by AQMD to either improve their facility or shut down. And so they decided to sell. Legacy purchased it and began improving the facility to comply with AQMD's requirements. But now the landlords are looking to sell the property.
Wow, interesting. Okay, that's the second time that happens. Okay,
Yeah, thank you so
perhaps
much.
we can have more conversation around that and bring it up, move it up the ladder on your end.
Yes, we will be doing that.
Okay,
so.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Any, hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move? We did that already, right? Go ahead, Dr.
Yeah, we can start the voting tabulation if you'd like. President Garcia, there is a motion by Vice President Villegas and seconded by both Commissioners Corzine and Davis. We'll start with the voting tabulation. We'll start with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
and Commissioner Corzine.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac, and then everybody here from sanitation. Congratulations all around. All right, Dr. Campos, have we cleared today's desk?
Now you have yes.
Great. It is now 11:30, and this meeting is now officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the week.